Happy Monday and welcome back to the latest edition of the Laura and Becky Show. So you guys know the story by now, but for any new listeners, we were on the radio together. We did a radio breakfast show. We got the sack very, very suddenly. We were panicking. We didn't know what to do. So we flew off to Mallorca for a girly weekend, got very drunk and we're like, hey, let's just start a podcast.
We are now sponsored by Redbrick Estate Agents, East Midlands Airport and Prince Family Law Solicitors. I feel like we haven't done this for ages.
We're back together.
Yes.
Well, yes, you've been on holiday in Malta. Back, you got back yesterday, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm back.
And it's nice to have you back, love.
I'm back to warm weather. We thought we were going to have the fire on, but no.
I don't know what has happened this weekend, but I'm here for it. Literally yesterday, I had my back door wide open. I was in the garden. I mean, what? So mature. Stop it. What is the matter with you?
Yesterday, was it?
That's honestly
disgusting. Becky, stop it.
It was you and your filthy man. I'm just talking about my kitchen back door being open, all right? God. But seriously, it was like 23 degrees yesterday. I've got to say, I like it.
It's
I'm
great
here for it.
because obviously you don't have to start putting your heating on early. You can do your washing, hang it out on the line. It's a win-win situation for all.
It's just pleasant.
Yeah. Bloody
pleasant, isn't it? You today, you're in cycling shorts, love. Laura here, who loves autumn, in full-on summer mode. I've never seen anything like
I've got a bit of a tan. I've got to show it off. I actually thought,
is that why?
How can I show my tan off? I thought I'll go to the gym.
Did you go to the gym?
No, not yet. I might though.
You dressed for the gym. Isn't this a thing these days? We all dress for the gym, yet we never go.
Never go to the
I can't remember the last time I stepped foot inside a gym. Can you?
They're just a bit boring, aren't they?
So boring. But
So
I wear gym wear
boring.
every day. I've got gym wear on today. Look.
Yeah.
But I never go to
You
the
off
gym.
the gym, love?
Nope.
Do some squats?
Never.
So back from holiday, I have to say, Malta. It's lovely.
Did you like
highly
it?
recommend. Oh, yes.
What bit were you in?
Bit of winter sun. Well, autumn sun, not winter sun, autumn sun.
Summer sun, mate, the way it's going at the moment.
So we're in St Julian's. Lovely.
That's
lovely,
the nice bit, isn't it?
Lovely part of the world. That, yeah. It was lovely. It was absolutely, we were feral. The husband and I, we didn't really do a lot at all.
Well, I saw on your story, this is on your last evening, I think, because you decided to go for a very nice posh Michelin-starred meal at a Michelin-starred restaurant, which I was like, love it.
You would have loved it.
I was like, I wish I was there.
Yeah.
But then I saw later on that
Yeah.
that had been pied off and you were sat there having a beer and a takeaway pizza.
Yeah, we so James had booked it. I mean, all the restaurants were pretty damn nice. Actually, I have to say, you'd be in your element. You
love
would be
my
in your
food.
element. And so James was like, right, I've booked that for the last night. So I was like, great. So on the last day, I was like, should we go and have a look at the menu? So we looked at the menu. I just stood there like a kid. I just looked down the menu. I was like, I was like, it was awful. I just stood there and looked and I thought, I can't put this man through that. I can't give him the bill for this. I can't do it. So I just looked in, then he looked at me and he went, you don't like anything on? I was like, I'd have a steak. I'm not really into
Can you tell us
steak.
something that was on there?
Well,
Give
it's
us an
called-
example.
It was called caviar and bull. So it's like surf and turf, but very posh. I mean,
Yeah.
mate, you would have loved it.
Straight down the hatch for me.
Oysters, caviar,
yeah,
just
yeah,
all
yeah,
that kind of stuff. And then it was like steak. I'm not really into steak. And I just thought
steak.
we'd had a really nice meal the night before. And I was like, should we just go for a walk and get some pizza and a beer? And he was like, yeah.
So I
we
messaged you, didn't I? And I
yeah.
went, tell James I'll go to the Michelin-starred restaurant with him.
There was this, it was called Sean's. It was a takeaway place, but I tell you what, that pizza was great. And it's like a little kind of bench that you sat on in the street. So it's like quite lively and it was really nice. So we had a big old slice of pizza, we had a Corona, and then we went and got some ice cream.
Was James like, this wasn't the evening I thought? I thought we were going to be sat there, caviar, champagne, steak that's blue in the middle. Here I am, sat having a Sean's pizza.
I mean, it's me to a T. I'm not going to lie.
That is you to a T.
I like a nice meal, but it's got
You
to
don't
be...
like it too nice, though.
No, just bugger off with your
You
posh
don't like it
food.
too fussy, do you?
Oh my God. And they put all bits and bobs on it and you're like, oh, what's that? So James usually has to, I'm like, what's this? And I smell it and he's like, oh my God.
Yeah, am I going to eat
He's
this?
like, there's no wonder Rosie doesn't eat anything. Because that's me like,
James,
if it doesn't look edible, I don't want to eat it.
See, I am the total opposite with this type of thing. I will try most foods. I mean, there's a couple of things I don't eat and I wouldn't eat, but generally speaking, I will try. I love going to a really nice restaurant and sampling the delights.
yeah.
That is like heaven.
Well, we
for
did
me.
go to really nice. It was like a kind of a Greek restaurant, and I have to say, the food was incredible, and the pale rosé. Now, one thing I will say, Malta pale rosé.
Not a thing.
It is a thing, but they don't do it by the glass, mate. So dark rosé, €5.50 for a. But if you want the pale stuff, you have to get a bottle, and that annoyed me a little bit.
But you did get the bottle.
I did
I'm
get
assuming.
a bottle.
Yeah, of course you did.
From the very, very handsome waiter.
Now you were telling me about him.
Well, I messaged you, didn't I?
I still think you think I'm single sometimes.
I
You're like,
know.
mate, I've seen a lovely waiter in Malta with a great husband for you. Mate, I've got a boyfriend now. Oh, yes, sorry about that. Yes.
But even James was like, oh my God. I mean, he was Dutch.
Was
and he looked like a dream boy.
Stop.
He was very nice to look at.
Tell me more. I
Well,
mean,
he kind of towered over you a little bit.
Oh, yeah,
Well,
nice.
how are you? How is your holiday? And you're like, oh, much better for seeing you.
How did you know he was Dutch?
Because we asked him.
Oh, when he said I'm Dutch, did he? Yeah, good. What was his name?
I can't remember, but he was just so tall. You had to like crane your neck to look up at him.
Oh.
And the way he poured my rosé, I was like, oh, keep pouring.
Yeah.
But even James was like, bloody hell, he is a good looking guy.
God.
Yeah. Oh, he'd not been there long. I asked him about a few of the buildings. He said he had a friend over in another hotel. I thought, oh, right, there's two of you.
A friend? What sort of friend?
I didn't ask.
A friend or a friend?
But I think it's because I'm used to you being single. I live vicariously through you. Like I can
Yes.
say to James, oh, he's good looking. Becky would like him, but I can't do that anymore.
No, I know.
So I just be like,
I mean, you can, because I still would like him. Mate, I'm not dead. I'm not in the ground. Okay, I've still got a pulse.
But we went back after our Sean's Pizza. I said, let's go and have because I had award-winning cocktails.
Mate, you did not go back for the award-winning
I
contest.
did.
You went back for Dutch waiter.
He
That's what
wasn't
you
there.
went back
Even
for.
James went, oh, he's not here. I was like, he's
no.
not. Is
He was with
done
his
it?
friend. That's where he was.
So I would give a Malta the sea is so clear. Like, and there's this lovely like little island called Gozo you can go to. It's like
Gozo.
Caribbean. Mate, it is a very, very nice place. Also, no dickheads.
That's what we
No
like.
louts.
Yeah.
Could you imagine a Ryanair flight or another flight? Don't want to pick out Ryanair, any flight. Midsummer on the way to Ibiza. Oh, it scares me to death.
Carnage.
The thought of that. Malta, it's all very calm.
I bet.
Yeah, everyone's just very polite.
Do I need to go to Malta?
I think you do.
Give me the name of that restaurant you went to with James.
Stay in the same hotel as us, love.
Yep.
It was. I highly recommend Malta and the waiter.
Talking of recommendations, we haven't done this on purpose. Yeah, we didn't even plan it. It's like we're on the radio.
That was.
Oh my God, our old radio boss
Take
would
the
have been
radio out of the girl. Can't take the girl out of the radio.
never. Well, actually, maybe the radio
That
has
would be
gone
a
out
great
of us.
snoop. They'd be like, "Well done, Becky."
Yeah.
That was very good.
Thank you. I might send that to my old boss and just be like, "Hey, still got it. Never lost it. Okay, do you want to give me a job?" No, I don't want a job back on the radio. Neither do you, do you? We talked about this.
I bloody don't.
Someone asked me the other day. They were like, "Do you want to get back on the radio?" I was like,
People
"No."
assume you want to get. Why? Why would you want to do that?
Don't know. Like, we've done our time. We had an amazing time. We're happy as Larry doing what we're doing now.
Some bloke telling me what to do anymore.
No, I don't want to sit in a studio by myself for 4 hours
I mean, for
playing
example,
the hits.
he'd play that clip and he'd be like, "Okay, well, that was brilliant. Well, what you've done there is blah, blah," and you'd just be like dying a death inside.
Yeah.
And then he'd be like, "Oh, but then what you could have done is and then you're just like, shut up."
It's just talking for the sake of talking, isn't it?
To be fair, it's not talking anymore, mate. It's literally you've got 20 seconds to be like, "Hi, radio, weather, travel, bye."
Yes, see ya.
That's it. Who
Yeah.
wants to do that and sit there for 4 hours?
Boring.
You have to listen to the songs.
Yeah, mate. And the adverts. Listen to the adverts. Who wants to do that? Mind you, saying this, tomorrow morning we'll get a call.
Yeah.
Guys, heard the pod yesterday. Would love to offer you a radio show. We'll be like, yep, absolutely. Yep, we're in.
Podcast? What podcast?
We're back on the airwaves, guys.
What the segues?
Nah, no one would employ us now. Anywho, on to recommendations. So pod recommendations. We're doing this every Monday, where we both recommend a podcast that we have been listening to. Why don't you go first this week?
So on the way back from Manchester Airport yesterday, my husband and I listened to a Joe Rogan. I mean, listen, Joe Rogan, you know, a lot of people listen to him. He has like millions and millions and squillions of downloads. I mean, that guy must be so rich, it's ridiculous. But James put on one with Jimmy Carr. I was like, nah.
I didn't know that he'd been on Joe Rogan, because being on Joe Rogan's a big deal.
Yeah, it's quite big in the US, apparently.
Okay.
Anyway, he starts kind of by talking about like stand-up comedy and stuff like that. But then the conversation just quickly changes to, well, whatever they want to talk about. But it was fast. In fact, I'm going to listen to the rest of it on my dog walk today, but it was brilliant. It's quite inspiring. They talk about a lot of stuff.
They talk about a lot of stuff.
I love Joe Rogan's voice.
I like his voice.
Yeah, and Jimmy Carr was surprisingly good. So it's a long one.
He's got a very funny laugh, Jimmy Carr.
Which surprisingly he doesn't do. And also he doesn't sound quite like himself. Sounds quite normal.
Oh, really?
They obviously put it on a bit, don't they?
Mate, they put it on.
Yeah, but he reckons, like, you know, you have like drama in like GCSE and music GCSE. He really thinks that comedy, people should be taught the art of being a stand-up comedian.
Interesting.
I think I'd have been quite good at that, I have to say.
Do you know what I don't like about it though, right? I don't like the pressure of having to be funny, because if you're a comedian, you've got to get the laughs, mate.
You've got to be funny.
If you don't come out within probably less than that, 1 minute, I would say, and get a laugh.
Can you imagine how embarrassing that
You're
would be?
booed off stage. But it's almost like you've got to try and be funny. That's what I couldn't cope with.
But there are people that are naturally funny, but just don't ever get the chance to kind of try it.
You mean? Is this where you're going with this? I've never had the chance, but I'm naturally funny.
I've never had my big break.
Mate, what if you want? We could get you a gig.
Right.
This could be a thing we do. No, not we. You.
We could do it together.
No, mate, I can't.
I think we're quite fun. Be like a double act.
I don't know. I don't know I could do it.
I think we're quite funny. Christmas lights. I think get a giggle.
Yeah. I think we're pretty funny, but it's the pressure to knowing I had to go out and be funny. Mate, I'd die.
Who do you think is the best stand-up comedian you've ever? Have you ever watched a live one?
Yeah,
because
we're talking like they're unicorns.
It's supposed to be brilliant live, isn't it?
Yeah, Michael McIntyre. I saw.
Funny.
Used to like him. Russell Brand, I've seen, but you know,
controversial.
that was quite a few years ago.
I think Lee Evans is one of the funniest.
I think he's very funny.
Oh my God! But he's completely stopped now, hasn't he? Just doesn't do it anymore. He was like, I've done it. I need to go and spend time with my wife.
Yeah.
My wife.
Fair play.
Yeah.
Okay, what are we doing? Right, recommendations.
What's
I
yours?
completely forgot. So mine is, it's one that I started listening to beginning of this year, actually. It's called The Law of Attraction Changed My Life. And I know quite a few people who listen to this as well. It's Francesca Amber, right? She's a completely normal bird. Yeah. Completely normal. She's from down south. Yes.
Yeah.
Blonde girl. And she just does lots of different pods on the law of attraction and manifesting, mood boarding, getting what you want in life, basically. So January this year, I started listening to her when I was going for walks, and they're probably about, if I'm looking at it now, 25 minutes, 30 minutes each of them. So they're all like easily listenable podcasts, if that even makes sense.
They're easy to listen to.
They really are. So it's like, I'll give you some of the titles just so you can hear some of them.
Oh, yes, go on.
Faster, easier, manifesting by connecting to the energy of your desire.
Oh, God.
Aligned manifesting. Are you attracting what you really want?
Oh.
Dare to decline. Why saying no can pave the way for miracles. That's one for you, mate, saying no.
Yeah, yeah.
Manifesting muscle. How to become wired for wealth, all this kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
But she talks about it in a really normal way. She's a normal woman. She's a single mum with 3 children. She has created this incredible business and incredible life from nothing. So if you're just feeling like, I don't know, you're a bit stuck or you want to be a bit inspired or you want to get into manifesting, this is the girl for you.
There we go.
Right.
And obviously stick with us, but we're sharing other pods.
Yeah, but us first, them second.
Listen to them first.
Oh, no. Goes without saying.
And we'll know as well because
We will know.
they tell us.
Yep, the podcast people tell us.
Joe Rogan will ring us up.
Yep.
Okay, we know. Right, what's going on in the world? So oh my God, this is so good.
So good. If you haven't sat down and watched the Beckham documentary on Netflix yet, you are seriously missing out. I think it's the best thing I've watched in a long time. Maybe the last 5, mate.
I tell you what's great about it, and just a quick roundup. First of all, David Beckham's on it a lot. I don't care who you are, where you're from, what your sexuality is. He's fit.
I don't know anyone who can't find him attractive. He's likeable and
women.
attractive.
Yeah.
And he looks good in anything.
Bloody hell.
Do anything to his hair. Put it up in a ponytail. Shave it all off. Put one of those Mohican things through the middle. He looks good in it all.
When he first shaves it off and he walks onto the pitch and he's got that look, I was like, oh my God. Oh my
I quite like the shaved eyebrow as well. That did it for me. I thought, he looked a bit thuggish, and I thought, yeah.
The thing I like about it is, if you love football, boy, oh boy, are you going to love watching that, because it kind of delves deep into Man U and all of that. But also you've got a bit of Spice Girl in there. You've got the music. You've got the drama. The way it's shot. Also, who's the American guy interviewing him? Who is that?
Don't know.
Some cool Americans like, hey, David, you get to see a bit of their house.
Oh, their house is just stunning, isn't it? Houses, but the one in the Cotswolds, isn't that? Oh my God, it's just to die for. But also you get an insight into like their personal life, into the children. Also, I didn't realise what a tough time he had behind the scenes when like lots of stuff was going on. So like when he left Manchester United, for instance, when he had the boot thrown in his face by Sir Alex Ferguson, when he first went to Real Madrid. Like I knew about it, but I didn't know all the stuff that went on behind the scenes.
It is. I don't want to give too much away, but it's not like they're like, oh, I wish he was on. When
everyone's on.
I love it when they first sit them down. It's just like them preparing for the interview. I love that. And they're sat there and you're like, oh my God, he's going to... It is brilliant.
It's really well shot. You were saying that the soundtrack is brilliant on it. You haven't seen the final one yet, have you? And I'm so jealous because I finished it and I'm so gutted that I finished it.
Yeah. It is brilliant.
Oh, guys, if there's one thing you need to do this week, it's not feed your children, it's not clean your house, it's not go to work, it's watch the Beckham documentary.
Okay, mate.
This is a good one today because what time is it now? It's like 11:45 on Monday that we're recording this. We've had a right old morning.
We've done this a little bit later today. I don't even know where to start. Well, we have put a teaser on this, haven't we? So if you're listening because you've watched our teaser, then all will now be explained.
Absolutely. So we're going to start...
we'll start with a message
weekend
that you sent me in our content group, So I got a message from Becky and we have a content group, so we fire things back and forth, and one of Becky's was something having cystitis.
Yeah.
That's what I got. And then I messaged you back and I just put, oh Christ.
Well, I was ill last week and I had this cold and sort of chest thing that everyone's had. So I was ill anyway. I was man down, right? Last thing what you want when you're ill and man down is to then get a bout of cystitis, water infection, UTI, several names for it.
God.
I mean, us women, we really go through it, don't we? And
don't we just?
All my friends get this. They're constantly getting water infections, cystitis. It's a nightmare. And it's so painful. It basically stings when you go for a wee.
Really, like burns.
Yeah, it's awful. And you feel like you need to go for a wee constantly, even though you don't.
Yeah.
And then you go and sit on the loo and literally just goes, blah, 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 and that's it.
It's like you're peeing hot water.
Yeah, it's just
horrible.
The worst. So a lot of people just flush it out, or they take these cystitis like sachet things, or you can go and get antibiotics, obviously from the docs. Anyway, so I had a right old time of it this weekend. I thought, I can't go on like this. I'm going to have to go and get antibiotics, right? My doctor's was closed at this point. So I dropped Lily at a kid's birthday party. I thought, right, I'm a woman on a mission. I need to go and get these antibiotics. Anyway, I got this man, right?
Of course you have.
I'm going to say his name. I won't say where it is, but I'm going to say his name. Taj. Okay? And Taj is the bomb.
Yeah, he sorts you out, doesn't he?
Oh my God. So he works at a pharmacy. As I say, I'm not going to say where it is at the moment, but Taj don't mess about. He's not one of these that is like, oh, let's have a look at this, have a look at that. He's like, what do you need? I'm like, I need antibiotics for my, my water infection. He makes you fill out a form. So he does it all properly, but he gives it straight to you. So I went to see Taj on Saturday. Went in. First of all, it was very embarrassing, isn't it?
Yes.
Going into a pharmacy or a doctor's surgery and there's a big queue behind you, a lot of people in the sort of room, and you get really embarrassed. So I went over to the counter. I went, hiya, Taj. He's like, hiya. And I went, what have you got for cystitis? And I whispered cystitis because there was a big old queue behind me. He went, oh, right, we've got a few things on the shelf there. He said, or you can take these sticks, you can pee on them, and it will tell me if you've definitely got a water infection. But he kept saying infection really loudly. And obviously nobody behind had heard me say cystitis. So he kept going, let's see if you've got the infection. Then come back here once you've peed on the sticks and we've seen you've got the infection. And then we'll give you the antibiotics, that's the one, for the infection. And honestly, mate, I went bright red.
But they're like, oh, she's infected.
Yeah.
She's infected.
They would have thought I had some nasty...
Did they all stand back as you walked out?
I could feel their eyes on me and I was going bright red. And I wanted to turn around and go, guys, it's
infected.
It's just a water infection.
It's cystitis, guys.
It's common. Women get them all the time. Yeah. It's not what you think it is, all right? I'm not riddled with anything else. But I just thought, I'm in it now. What can I do? So I was like, thank you, Taj. So I took the little sticks and off I went and I walked out with my head down, everyone looking at me. So embarrassing. Anyway, went to some loos nearby, peed on the stick, right?
Yeah.
Took it back. And then this was the worst bit. Then I went in there to show him my stick, because I have to show him that in order to get the antibiotics and get my meds. Lily's primary school teacher from last year was in there. I was like, oh my God. She's like, hi, yeah, you all right? I was like, yeah, fine. And he's there shouting about infections. And I was just like, oh my God, this couldn't get any worse. Anyway, Taj sorted me out. He gave me the antibiotics. Away I went, started the course. All good.
Yeah.
And I messaged you obviously going, oh mate, I've got cystitis, it's horrible.
Yeah. Well, when I got your message, I looked at James and I was like, oh, Becky's got cystitis.
I love that this was a topic of conversation on your holiday in Malta, by the way.
And then I was like, I tell you what, my sister and Becky, oh God, was there's something wrong down there. Anyway, so that was that. And then on the plane on the way home, I went to the toilet and I thought, a little bit of a twinge. Well, I didn't think much of it, and that was that, right? And then yesterday evening, went to the toilet and I thought, maybe it's just because I drank a ton of water because I was so dehydrated from the plane. I just thought, I just obviously need the loo again, and not a lot came out. I thought, that's weird. Anyway, woke up last night, 3:30, needing the toilet, and I thought, so I got up, went to the toilet. Oh, the burn. Oh my God, the burn.
She's got the cystitis, guys.
The burn. The burn. I got back into bed like that, straight on, I'm like, right.
On Google.
Yes, I thought cranberry juice. And it was like, apparently that's just another myth. Anyway, and then I was like, it could be a kidney infection. Do my kidneys ache? I was thinking. Anyway. And then I thought, I woke up this morning, went to the loo again. I thought, I've definitely got cystitis. So I messaged you.
It's the first message I got from you this morning. Mate, I've got cystitis. I was like, what? How can we both have it at the same time? Like, you couldn't make it up. But I tell you what, I spun into absolute pro mode.
I mean, if ever anyone's got cystitis, Becky is your gal. Bloody hell. I got photos of sachets. I got photos of the sticks I needed to pee on. She had everything. She was like, right, I can get you to Taj.
Shall I read you the message?
Yeah, go on.
So yours, first of all, mate, I've got cystitis. I put, shut the front door. You put, yep. I put, what the hell? You put a funny emoji face. Have you had it before? Started yesterday. Woke up in the night needing a wee. Burning like hell. Yes, once. Oh, it's awful. Have you got antibiotics? Yes, I have. Last day of them today. Is yours bad? I've got some sachets that could help. I can bring it in for you today. It just burns when I wee at the mo. I'd book a doctor's appointment. How the hell am I going to get a doctor's appointment? And I put, if you can't, come with me this morning. My guy is brilliant. Come see Taj. He will give you some ASAP. We'll do the school run together, then we'll go see Taj. Oh, nice. Shall I just do that? Yep, we're leaving at 8:15. Want to jump in with us? Let's do a cystitis run. Yep, I'll throw on some clothes now and get over to you. Lovely. Then I sent a picture of the urinary tract infection test strips, right, that you pee on. I also got these from Taj. He makes you do one before getting the meds, so you can just have one at mine, do one at my house. Christ, you've got all the kit. Oh, mate, I'm a pro. Fab. I'll get to yours for 8. I'll drink loads on the way. I have to say, this is very uncomfortable. And then over she came, mate. 8 on the dot. She was at my front door.
Yeah. peed on the stick, confirmed. Straight away went very dark, didn't it?
It did.
Very dark. So then did the school run, took Lily to school. That was very pleasant.
Yeah, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what? It was lovely. I said to Laura, I was like, you should do the school run with me every day. We get up, we do it together, like just fun.
Yeah.
You get to take a kid to school again because obviously you
I
don't
miss
do that
that.
anymore. You miss it. And also I get a friend on the school run.
Yeah, but like I very quickly said, what had happened is I'd turn up at yours to be like, you take her, mate.
Yeah. I'm staying in bed
You
this
wouldn't
morning.
be yeah, you'd be like, mate, can you just take her? I'd be like, bloody hell.
But it was a real adventurous start to the day.
It was.
You, Lily and I piling into the car with
Yeah.
the wee strips and off to get the antibiotics.
She knew what was going on.
She
She
did.
asked all the questions. We told her. She also looked slightly feral, your kid. I mean, all the kids going to school with their nice winter coats on, all their nice shoes, and Lily. I mean, well, first of all, her hair was not brushed at all. Not even tried.
Mate, she wanted to do her own hair. And I just
Well-
went, fine, yeah, it's fine, leave it like that.
Now, she did have PE, so that's why she had trainers on. Then she had some shacket on. It was almost inside out, I might add. At one point, I was like, shall we just get her collar out? Are we going to
You
let her
started
walk in?
pruning her on the way into school. You're like, Lily, just come here a second. Let me just sort you out. I was just like, pfft. She's at
spilling
school.
coffee over herself. I'm like, this is exactly how I'd imagine your school runs to go. Absolutely 100%.
Oh, it was fun though, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then we went
To see Taj.
We were early for Taj, so we sat outside and we were the first ones in. I lost the ability to do anything, so I was like, come in with me and explain what's happening. So Becky literally explained my water infection to the pharmacist. I just stood there. I was just stood there. She's like, right, this is my friend.
I put my arm around it. It was like you were my daughter. I was
my
like,
friend.
this is my friend. She's just got back from holiday and like me, she's got a water infection. She needs some antibiotics.
Hello, we both have water infections.
I know, like, we honestly, guys, you should have seen us in there. It was
It
ridiculous.
was a comedy. See, we should do stand up.
you know
I can
what?
tell this story. This is a
Actually,
funny
yes, this is a good
story.
story. All right, yeah, okay.
Anyway, Taj wasn't there. There was another woman there. She helped me out. I peed on the stick and I thought, well, the evidence is there. What can she say? It was very dark. I mean, at one point I pulled it out and it had gone really dark. You were like,
Yeah.
oh, God.
It was darker than mine.
Also, in the pharmacy, there are menopause testing kits.
Well, you know, when you're in a pharmacy, as you're waiting, you feel a bit awkward. So you start just perusing
Yeah.
the shelves and
Yeah.
you're looking at things you wouldn't normally look at. And I went, hey, mate, I went, they've got a menopause test here. You want to get one?
And I thought, I don't need to. And I said, if I peed on that stick, it would come out with a skull and crossbones. Well, it's like an alarm would start. Yeah. A cage had come down around me. I'd be like, oh God, I've got it. But yeah, anyway, I've got my antibiotics for a day. Bish, bosh, bash. Thanks, Taj.
Well, we had to nip out really quickly, didn't we, and sit in the car and wait for the antibiotics to be like, you know, put together and whatever. Taj then appeared, didn't he, outside. He came in a bit later. So obviously his staff had opened up for him. Oh my God, wasn't he a vision?
He's a vision.
He's so smart. He was suited and booted. He had a little Waitrose lunchbox with him.
Yeah.
And in he was. And it was like he was in slow motion.
Yeah.
We just watched him from the car. And he walked. I went, mate, I went, Taj is in. I went, this is great. So we went back in. And obviously Taj has only just seen me on Saturday collecting my things. He went, good morning. He went, did they not work for you? He goes, are you still not well? I went, no, Taj, not me. I went, I'm fine. I'm right as rain. I finished the course. I'm back on the horse. I went, it's her. It's me, mate. And then I produced Nora like she was some like trophy. I went, this one is her. And she's got it as well.
She's the damaged one now.
And I mean, the whole
It's a
pharmacy
calamity.
must have heard us talking about it. He went, oh, he said, nice to meet you, didn't he? And then we got your antibiotics and out we skipped. And Laura's taken her first two, just as I'm finishing my last two.
Oh, so there we go. We've both got cystitis.
Well, I've just
you
finished,
haven't.
okay? I've just finished it now.
You're
So
at the tail end. I'm at the
you're
start.
at the start,
It's
yeah.
burned, so bloody hell.
I mean, girls, get in touch. Everyone gets it, don't they? I've got a friend who gets it reoccurring. Like, it's an
Oh.
absolute nightmare. But please get in touch with your cystitis stories.
Yeah, let
and
us
also,
know.
if anyone needs to go and see Taj, you come to me and I'll hook you up.
There we go.
All right? I'll sort you out with Taj.
Also, cystitis is very hard to spell.
Isn't it? And to
I
say
had to Google it.
cystitis.
I got to Google it a lot. But anyway, I have it. Hopefully it will go soon.
Yeah. So there we go, guys. Cystitis Diaries. Great. We'll be back tomorrow.